It's your partner, man. Who? He on talking about. It's your partner, man. Who? He on talking about. It's your partner, man. Who? He on talking about. Man, how is y'all doing on this Felon Formula Friday? You say Felon Formula Friday? What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it, but before we do that, what's good? People like hee ha ha, man. Ken in the pen, all my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen, man? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now. You go, you talking about 76 MacArthur Giants Liquors, what I'm talking about, 82nd Hillside Barbershop. They say somebody putting them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know, because I tell you every morning, but just in case you don't watch me, that's all right, man. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't got to watch me or like me, man. You know what I'm talking about? To still come get them from me. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh's not a hater. Sprinkler system on you. What you say, bruh? Sprinkler system on you. Also in stores, man. Funkadie trying, man. Make sure you go get you one. But if all else fails, man, make sure you go get you a hardback from Amazon. You know what I'm talking about? What's that swing that finger, man? Worldwide INC. What you say, bro? Worldwide Incorporated. What you say, bro? Worldwide. How you gonna say, what does that mean? I'm gonna say, aye. You know what I'm talking about? It means everybody. You say, what, bro? I'm gonna say, aye. Everybody included. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We're gonna get through it. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about, man? That's for everybody, man. Let's get through them disclaimers, man. But before we do that, my mama said brush them whiskers when you on TV, man. Coffee Chronicles probably gotta go put some more smoke on it, piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? You better like myself, I don't promote no drug usage. I don't promote no drug sellage. I don't promote no alcohol consumption. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no crime. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no violence. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man. I don't promote shit. They was talking to me, man. I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all. Hold on, man. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no crime, man. No, man. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no violence. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep his hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity. You know what I'm talking about? No. Man, I don't promote shit. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, man. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man, I ain't prejudiced, nah, man. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man, nah, man. Good brother like myself, man, I ain't got nothing against the little people who, you know what I'm talking about, nah, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? Well, I just love me some everybody, you know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, I'm on a quest, you know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace, you know what I'm talking about? That joy, you know what I'm talking about? And that love, you know what I'm talking about, bro? That love, you know what I'm talking about? Back to the YouTube community, man. You with me? Alright, check it out, man. Hey, come fuck with a nigga one time. Man, y'all hold on. Let me put this some warmth on it. You know what I'm talking about, man? I had to put a little bit of smoke on it. You know what I'm talking about, man? What's good with the people, man? You know what I'm talking about? How is y'all doing on this I don't even know what I said the name of this thing was, man. I'm gonna have to go back at the beginning. Hey, let's shout out to everybody who ain't gonna stand behind you, but gonna do everything behind your back. You know what I'm turn around. I see you, man. Man, I don't even know what the name of this day was, man. I can't even go back, man. Y'all hold on. Let me figure out what I said the name of the day was. Man, what did I say the name of the day was, y'all? What I said was something like some failure or some shit. I don't know. Y'all hold on, I gotta remember the day. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I still don't know. I think it was a failing formula. You know what I'm talking about? If it wasn't, man, that's what it's gonna be, man. You know what I'm talking about? Failing formula Friday. You say failing formula Friday? What you talking about, bro? Just that right there, that failing formula. You say failing formula? Now we all, man. You know what I'm talking about? We all take me for example. Now I ain't gonna say so much. They say, bro, you always when it get to you, you always go light on yourself. No, I don't, because I don't want to really say this was a failing formula. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm gonna take myself when I was selling dope. You know what I'm talking about? Now the people said that was a failing formula. I didn't really think so. You know what I'm talking about? Because at that time, I tell you, bro, it was people that like they didn't like the dope because they didn't understand that they was going to a 9 to 5. And they thought it was unheard of that some kids could sit out here, man, and make thousands of dollars with doing nothing. They didn't get that, you know what I'm talking about? So they thought that shit was they was really hating sometimes, you know what I'm talking about? Because they had to work harder and was getting paid $5 an hour and shit, you know what I'm talking about? But failing formula, bro. The reason it was failing formula to me because it kept me in trouble. Coffee Chronicles. So I stayed going to the jail, stayed in trouble, stayed funking. See, because when you selling dope, bro, it ain't really just against you and the nigga. When you selling dope, bro, you threw your hat up in there, nigga. You threw your hat in the streets, so it wasn't that you was just selling it wasn't that you was just selling dope, nigga. Like you was pit against all the elements of the streets, nigga. You was fighting the police, you was fighting the jackers, nigga. You was fighting the funkers, like nigga. You just had hella street element, nigga, to cover. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. And that was a failing formula, bruh. Because that was, especially as a fucking kid, bruh. A kid shouldn't even be dealing with no shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? A kid just shouldn't even be dealing with no shit like that. On some real shit. So it was like on a failing formula, bruh. Like, I've done it myself, so I know. But that failing formula Friday, bruh, it's just that shit that you won't cut out your program. It's that shit that you won't cut out your program that ain't never bought you nothing. That ain't never bought you like the failing formula is some shit that you won't let go, but that shit ain't never did you no good. You know what I'm talking about? But you still won't let the shit go. But it still ain't bought you no good. Failing formula Friday, man. And there's a bunch of them around this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm talking about? There's a bunch of failing formula. You know what I'm talking about? I got some myself, folks. We all got them. You know what I'm talking about? Now the key to that is your failing formula. Does that shit does it stop you from getting further? Is what you gotta ask yourself. Cause we got a gang of failing formula around this motherfucker. The way this whole motherfucking world is a failing formula. You really want to keep it real? Now somebody ain't gonna want to hear me talk. Ain't gonna say, nigga, I'm tired of hearing this nigga talking. You shouldn't be tired of me talking, bro. You should actually be tired of whatever you mad at. Cause you don't know me. I'm not the one that got you mad. You know what I'm talking about? So you should never have a problem with OG. The hubbiest OG there is. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't got too many more OGs. There's more hubbier than Brett. They just don't, man. I ain't bullshitting with you. But failing formula, folks. You know what I'm talking about? We got a family failing formula out here with these nerds. They say, what is that? You want to say, what is that? It's the nerds in the street business. This is a failing formula. You say, what is a failing formula? It's how the nerds come over here and put they nerd ass mind over street business. You know what I'm talking about? So you got a nerd, he goes in the depths of his mind trying to figure out something about some street business, right? So they trying to figure out why this happened and this happened. Your mind will never be able to comprehend why it happened because you're a nerd. You get what I'm saying? And y'all really the ones who cause all the ruckus up because you come over here and put your civilian nerd ass understanding on the mob situation. And you trying to make sense of mob business through the brain of a nerd. It ain't gonna never work, bruh. Failing formula. Because the way y'all think, y'all don't want nothing but somebody to go to jail. You trying to solve the case. You trying to make some sense of the case. You know what I'm talking about? And in the streets, it goes a little bit different. They got different rules in the streets. So your nerd ass mind will never be able to make sense of it. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't get the code. Now, the code to some of y'all might not make no sense. You get what I'm saying? It might not make no sense. It probably won't, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But that's probably why you didn't get the code. The code wasn't for you. So if you ain't the one who got the code and the code ain't for you, you shouldn't be the one up here trying to understand the code. Failing formula. And that's what really be happening. Is you niggas come over here and put your square ass philosophy on the mob situation. And it just work a little bit different when you're dealing with the mob situations. It don't work like how you would want it to work. And if you know that on this Failing Formula Friday, bro, it's just the famous people. You know what I'm talking about? It be just the famous people. Because we good for solving famous murders now. You know what I'm talking about, man? So we good for trying to come up here, man. The real problem, though, is all you nerds is in them street people business. That's the real problem, folks. That's why I don't get why you niggas keep publicizing y'all gang business. Failing for, not format. Whatever the fuck I said. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why that's happening. You know what I'm talking about? Because the more you publicize your gang business, the more these nerd motherfuckers gonna jump in it. And then they gonna come with their thesis, and then they gonna come with their thoughts, and this is what I think, and they gonna come up with a million more it be shit, bro. The case could be 20 years old, bro. And the nigga think he gonna come up here and be able to tell you something that the police, like, it don't be making no sense, man. It don't. Failing formula, Friday. That's a failing formula, bro. And just to keep it real, I don't even know why we got that shit out here, bro. Why does it seem like we want the people to go to jail? But that's just the nerds, bro. It's only the nerds coming around this motherfucker screaming justice for people and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because in the streets, you already know how you get justice. But it's the nerds that come around, bro, and put their own spin on the failing formula. And all you gonna do with that, bro? I'm gonna tell y'all from the last, ever since I got out of jail, whenever that shit happened to Kanika Jenkins, rest in peace to that little girl. I seen the failing formula. You know what I'm talking about? I seen the failing formula. And the shit y'all be doing right now, I swear to God, if it was like, nigga, if you walked up on a real police investigation, you will go to jail for that shit. You will go to jail for interfering with a police investigation. Because what y'all doing, y'all walking up on the crime scene, moving shit. Trying to see what that's what y'all, and that's what y'all doing. That's the equivalent to what y'all doing, bruh. Y'all done pushed up on the crime scene, pushed past the yellow tape. Y'all touching shit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all moving shit. This is the equivalent to what y'all doing, bruh. And in the real crime scene, if you was to walk right up under the yellow tape, got the pulling the covers from under motherfuckers, touching guns and shit, and like you would go to jail for interfering with a police investigation. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit, man. And just as people. They say, bro, don't you get tired of talking? I swear to God, I do. I swear to God, I do, bro. I get tired of the behaviors, though. You know what I'm talking about? I get tired of the behaviors we exuberate. Because in this world, bro, try to make this motherfucker to where it's just basically where you get your way. Where you walk around this motherfucker, you could be as disrespectful as you want to. You could just do anything that you want to, and you could get away with it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not really that big what you doing. Everybody should understand why you doing it. But the same shit that you want to get away with, you turn around and you want to crucify somebody else for. It's just the unbalance, bro. It just done turned the game to, like, I don't know. It's just like hella kids running around, bro. We need answer face having ass niggas, man. And we don't do nothing, bro, but cause a big ass commotion and don't nothing happen. We just keep causing big ass commotions and don't nothing happen. We just keep causing these big ass conversations just to talk about it, to get a lonely, miserable motherfucker something to talk about for a few days, a week or so, and don't nothing come up out of it. We done got to the point where you think you know more than the police. We done got to the point where you acting like you the lead detective on the case. We just done got to the point where your nerd ass want a question answered that ain't none of your business. And on the bottom line, I don't remember my last word on this field with not format, but field. Bro, be having brain fart sometime on this field. It ain't format, but it's something like that. You get the picture. I forgot what I said. We just gonna call it field whatever Friday. You know what I'm talking about? I realize what I said. But that's what's wrong, bruh. We ain't enough. We don't try to go hard enough on our own business, bruh. We don't try to put. I don't know, bruh. I don't know, man. This shit is all over the place though. But it's making a fucked up character person. That's what it's making. It's making a fucked up character person, bruh. That's what it's making, bruh. It's making a fucked up character person. It's making you to the point to where you gonna do a whole bunch of felonious ass shit. You gonna do a whole bunch of fake ass shit. You gonna ask a whole bunch of police ass questions. You just gonna do a whole bunch of shit that ain't one with the gang. Then you gonna sit there and act like you grown. Can't nobody question you about doing it. You know what I'm talking about? You grown. Despite whether you doing the police shit or you doing some bitch shit or whatever, you grown. Then you gonna turn right around in the next 3 seconds, come out your mouth and ask and wonder why somebody else doing something. When you just said you was grown. Like, I don't know, that shit just, it's nerve wracking, bro. It's nerve wracking. I ain't bullshitting with you. It is nerve wracking. You know what I'm talking about? It is, man. And I don't know if I said failed format Friday. I don't think it was format, but it might have been. But it was something that like format. But it ain't working, bro. It ain't gonna never work. You get what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna never work, folks. And as people, it's like we'll know this shit ain't gonna work, but we still gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? That shit ain't getting us nowhere, but we still gonna do it. Not only is we still gonna do it, just like me when I was out there selling that dope, we gonna do that shit with an attitude. And when you try to come give us some game about why that shit ain't we gonna smack our lips at you and act like, you know what I'm talking about, you don't know what you talking about. But on this failed format or whatever the fuck I said Friday, and I don't think it's failed format Friday, but when it's whenever this video uploaded, it'll be the right name. But we just gonna use failed format Friday for now. You know what I'm talking about? the like I said, it ain't the fact that shit ain't gonna never work. It's the fact that like we know that shit ain't gonna work, but if you come tell us about it, we still want to argue. If you come tell us, man, be cool, bro. These niggas talking about you out here talking too much, man. Niggas is already talking about they want to come see you about something, and instead of you taking that as a nigga looking out for your safety, man, I don't give a fuck about these niggas. Or you gonna do all that old, you know what I'm talking about, tough shit, knowing motherfucking well that them niggas push up on you, bro. You gonna have a fit. Knowing you ain't ready for that problem right now in your life. But just to just to have something to say, nigga. Phil Format Friday. It is, folks. And this Phil Format, it's getting you out your character, folks. It's just getting you out your character as a good person. You get what I'm saying? It got you into all these little sneaky tactics. It got you into practicing everything that makes a person untrustable. That makes a person not honest. That makes a person bullshit. You practicing all this little bit of ass shit to put in your character, folks. You get what I'm saying? And for some reason, it's like when we have a bullshit character, we act like everybody else can't see this shit as bullshit. We really act like when we the bullshit person, we act like we pulling the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we act like when we the bullshit person. You ever seen somebody do something that be, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Knowing motherfucking well, nigga just broke a window. Talking about broke a window. I ain't, you know what I'm talking about? All that shit right there, the little kid shit, bro. Because also as people, for some reason, we just don't wanna like we really don't be keeping that shit real. Like you'll break somebody's window now and say you didn't do it. It ain't like you broke a nigga window. I told y'all my partner broke a nigga window. That nigga was on that nigga for years. That's why you should just leave people alone sometimes, bro. I'm telling you, he broke that nigga window, man. To this day, don't nobody know why he broke that nigga window. I can tell you that nigga who window he broke. Oh, that nigga was on his ass for years. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if they let that go yet. You know what I'm talking about? But it's just that like that right there. The nigga who broke the nigga window, he wanted some kind of sympathy. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, that nigga tripping because I broke his window. So you want to break a nigga window, then you want to tell him how to react. You know what I'm talking about? We something straight out of the comic book, bruh. Phil Format Friday. You know what I'm talking about? And that shit not gonna work, folks. The way we is, this shit ain't gonna work, bruh. This shit gonna work and tearing everybody apart. That's all it's gonna do, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? On this Phil Format, man. See what they ain't gonna tell you, bruh? Just you. Because we always come up here and act like we gonna fix the world, bruh. You ain't gonna never be able to fix the world, bruh. You just gonna be able to fix you. Phil Format Friday. You know what I'm talking about? You just gonna be able to fix you. You ain't gonna never be able to fix the world. Even though we come up here and do that, we like, man, what's wrong with the world? We act like the problem in the world is what's stopping us from getting the word. The problem in the world ain't even the problem you got in your house. The problem you got in your house is you. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't the world. It's you. You ain't gonna never be able to fix the world. You only gonna be able to fix you on this Phil Format Friday. And that's how we really get to the Phil Format Friday. Because everybody who ain't fixed them is trying to fix the world. Coffee Chronicles. Somebody gonna say, bro, I'm not trying to fix the world, bro. I keep telling you, I don't give a fuck about the world. I don't give a fuck about you. I just wish you niggas would stop running around here adapting to the behaviors of the new world, bruh, so we can get back to the player party, nigga. Because right now, it ain't the player party. All you niggas running around here acting like Shirley Temple, nigga. Fail format. You niggas hating on each other. You niggas, yeah, man, you niggas just the way you niggas is, bruh. Y'all see that shit. Y'all see the way the game is, man. You know what I'm talking about? You see what it is, folks. When niggas doing shit acting like they don't know what it is they doing. Fail format. I just want to ask y'all, with all this instigating to push each other down and all that shit, where have it got us as a whole? And y'all gonna act like everything else is the problem. Before we do that, you gotta understand where you the problem at. But we ain't gonna never do that. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna never sit down and see where we the problem at. We is gonna sit down and see where everybody else the problem at, because that's the problem to us, is everybody else. We ain't never the problem to us. Fail format. And I bet you with your fail format, just the same, I bet you ain't never touched no real money. I bet you ain't never had no real just nothing. I bet you probably into it with everybody that you never came across with your fail format. I bet you ain't never touched no money. I bet you ain't never had no real friends. You know what I'm talking about? I bet your family don't like dealing with you. You know what I'm talking about? Because of the way you is. And when we that person right there, we the ones who we could tell you how everybody else acting funny. See, only motherfuckers who be talking about motherfuckers think somebody talking about them. See, only motherfuckers that be catching that, you know what I'm talking about? It be like, man, you gotta clarify shit. That's because they do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's why they catch so much of that shit. Because that's the shit they be doing. That's why they take it that way. Coffee Chronicles. When everything is just everything, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like business, bruh. When business is straight across the table, it's straight across the table. Feel format, Friday. See, when business is supposed to be straight across the table, then it's underhanded and shit. Cause with me, bruh, I just be looking to do business. You know what I'm talking about? Me, myself, personally, I just be looking to do business. If everybody shared that same philosophy, you probably could do business. Fail format. Until you get yourself right, bruh, you're gonna be living in that world you can't stand. See, fail format start with you. It really ain't about everybody else, bruh. And that's the fail format Friday. That's the jump, because the first thing we start off, we start looking at where you did wrong at. We don't never go over ourselves, bruh. Because everything we do, we all right with. We know the reason why we do something. We all right with it. You know what I'm talking about? Because we always come up with some kind of fake ass reason in our mind to do what we want to do. And as long as you doing it, you don't see no problem with it. You only see a problem when other people do it. You know what I'm talking about? The same shit you just did, if somebody else did it, it would be a problem then. You wouldn't understand why they did it. You get what I'm saying? You only understand why you do it. You get what I'm saying? Fail format Friday, folks. That's why, because this shit, it don't look like it's coming, it don't look like it's coming around no time soon. I ain't bullshitting with you. Nephew says, oh man, no lady. Nephew says, oh man, no lady. Hey, lady. Man, I ain't bullshitting with you. It should just look like it's separating and spreading the people further and further and further apart. So, All you gonna be able to do, bruh, you ain't gonna never be able to fix the world. All you gonna be able to do is fix yourself, folks. You just make sure you ain't that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Because despite what you think or not, bruh, having a bad character, being that motherfucker that's always talking, being that motherfucker that's always gossiping, being that motherfucker that's always in other people's business, being that backhanded, backstabbing motherfucker, that shit ain't no good character, bruh. And that shit will catch up. That shit will catch up with you on the back end for real. You know what I'm talking about? That's that shit that's gonna put you in situations. Doing all that shit right there. That's that shit that's gonna keep you in the middle of a situation. You know what I'm talking about? So you can practice all that shit if you want to, folks. But all that shit you practicing and then you inhale, once you take that shit out there and that shit becomes a part of your character, that's the shit right there that's gonna have your character fucked up. So you can keep on doing that shit all you want to, see where it gets you. But for the honest, solid people, man, that's just out there, man, trying to make it, keep on pushing, bruh. Keep on pushing, sis. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't you. You know what I'm talking about? You just keep on doing it, man. And always remember, don't never get tired of being solid, bruh. That other shit will take care of itself. You know what I'm talking about? Just like being solid will. All this shit will take care of itself, man. You just make sure you on the right side. You know what I'm talking about? Whirl around this motherfucker. Yeah, when that shit come back, you just make sure it's on you on the right side, man. Because everything you do is going to come back to you. I keep telling you this. I've been telling you this since the day I stepped in this motherfucker. Everything you do is going to come back to you. It's just up to you whether it's good or bad. But what do I know? Only you can prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love. You know what I'm talking about?